When I was in 5th grade, my friend Ola covertly slipped me a copy of the first volume of the Sailor Moon manga, which she was quick to assure me was, unlike the show, not for little kids. It was obviously for very grown-up 11-year-olds like us, and even teenagers who were basically adults. What Ola didn't know is that I had been desperate to get my hands on anything Sailor Moon related for years, after catching glimpses of it after school when I was younger, and was not actually concerned with it being for babies or not. However, I quickly became the most annoying kind of manga reader, the kind that insisted that manga was always better, and that any changes made in adaptation were sacrilegious. In the decades since, I've come to understand that anime and manga are fundamentally different mediums, and as such, have different strengths and weaknesses as storytelling tools, and that comparing them in such a way is ultimately a fool's errand. I watched the 90s Sailor Moon anime in its entirety back when it was released for the first time on Hulu, and I also tuned in for Sailor Moon Crystal. What I found was that I vastly preferred the much more unfaithful 90s adaptation. I won't say that Crystal is a terrible show. It was very ambitious and gets more hate than it deserves, but it wasn't a resounding success either. In its efforts to be more faithful to the manga, it failed to properly consider what anime is best at and what aspects of manga don't translate well to the screen. The result is a lackluster final product. The 90s anime was very wise to establish a radically different art style than the manga, because while Takeuchi's drawings are beautiful, they are authentically difficult to translate into animation. The 90s adaptation also leans heavily on the strengths of animation and the benefits of voice acting by playing up the action and comedic elements of the story. While anime fans love to complain about filler, and certainly can be a problem, I would say that the Monster of the Week filler episodes in Sailor Moon make for a great supplement to the manga, and they are a delightful product with their own unique value. I've noticed a recent trend in adaptation towards remaining perfectly faithful to the source manga, even to the point of fans comparing individual panels of manga to frames of anime. I of course understand the appeal of a faithful adaptation, but also feel like many recent shows could have benefited from adjustments to pacing and minor narrative reworkings. There is a particular reoccurring problem with seasons of anime ending in sort of odd points in the story that feel neither like conclusions nor cliffhangers. Of course, every show is different, and not all titles should receive the kind of lighthearted treatment Sailor Moon did, but in the hands of skillful creatives, I believe that unfaithful anime adaptations have the potential to expand and enhance a franchise, and I have come to really appreciate when an anime, or any adapted material really, successfully deviates from the source material.